let's talk about the main event here. We're down to the finals, and it's Ric Flair and Sting, and they're going to go 15 minutes, 54 seconds, 4.25 star match, according to the Observer. And Flair goes for the figure four. Sting catches him with an inside cradle. He gets the pin. So Sting actually wins the Iron Man tournament here at Future Shock. And the finish of this is interesting because this is what causes you and Ole to come on down, join Rick, and you effectively you personally offer Sting a shot to be in the Four Horsemen. And this is the first time that we see Sting, in this limelight where, yes, he just beat Ric Flair, but now immediately the Horsemen are asking him to join. You got to think that wouldn't have been the creative had Tully come along. And we know we're going to get the big payoff with the whole Sting Flair title change. So maybe, it was a happy circumstance for Sting in that regard. What'd you think about the storyline to add Sting to the Horsemen here?
Well, you're right. If Tully would have came back, the whole direction would have been different. But you're trying to patch holes, and you're trying to create, some buzz. I would like to think coming back was a big deal, and they were going to, even coming back as a single, I still thought that the Horsemen had value. I had value, and that we were going to try to build something here. Just backing up, and we're all Monday morning quarterbacks, and just looking at a blank screen and picturing it in my mind right now, I would have probably had Sting win with his finish, not a small package. Now, in Arn Anderson's mind, sitting back there watching that, well, he just had Rick tap out to his hold, Scorpion. By God, that is impressive. Well, I'd like to have that guy as a Horseman. I would have made that win a little more impactful than just a small package. But that's Monday morning quarterback stuff. Wouldn't have been my decision at any point, but just throwing that out there, and would have made that a little bit bigger. When you're writing shows and you're building top talent, little pieces along the way are very important, that it's building and escalating to a crescendo. And, that would have been a good launching pad. I know it was different, and right out of the get-go, proposing that to Sting probably had some people, no, but a few people, or maybe more than a few, going, I never thought about that. That's interesting. And if you get that kind of reaction and get people interested, you get people watching.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning, you guys are going to pay this off tremendously in the future. We're going to talk about it another time, but you see the whole concept of this winning the tournament really becomes, hey, well, now that he's won the tournament, he's in line for a title shot. But of course, these dastardly Horsemen, who are getting cheers, by the way, because they haven't seen this group back together again. And well, it's just hard to hate them for long. It becomes a situation where it's like, well, we asked you to join because you're good, but you don't want to try to take the belt off our leader of the group, Ric Flair. So let's just let that title shot pretend like that never happened. I mean, that's not as important as being a Horseman. And of course, when he doesn't relinquish the shot, we're off to the races, and the next year is sort of set. But I can't help but wonder, just in the back of your mind, you're thinking, man, what if? Because you got to assume the original plans would have been the Samoan SWAT team would not have been in this tournament, and it would have been Arn and Tully. Maybe I'm off base on that, but it feels like if you had the Steiners, Doom, the Road Warriors, and Arn and Tully, I don't know that anybody could argue that wasn't the best group of tag teams in the world at the time.
Yeah, no disrespect for the Samoan SWAT team. Those guys are incredible. I don't know how much good TV they had prior to that, but certainly if Tully and myself were been together and we'd have came in and they'd have put a rocket on our butt by the time we got to this show, we would have had some momentum, and that would have been an interesting looking package should we have prevailed at the end of the night.
It's It's an interesting thing to go back and sort of fantasy buck. And that's what we appreciate about you jumping in and going down memory lane with us. And